Hi everybody, it's Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters, and today we're going to be talking about the crisis going on in Florida. Is it a crisis? Here's some information on how you can get a hold of me. Here's my telephone number, my email, and my website. We're going to get into this video. So we're going to be talking about the homeowners insurance crisis that we hear all throughout Florida. The media, newspapers, everybody's on this. And there's so many facts and so many things that people don't know about. You're hearing it now, the inside view, okay, from somebody who represents people. Everything you're hearing is from these insurance companies. If you feel sorry for the insurance company, by all means, go ahead. This is insurance company propaganda going on right now. So the question is this. Is this crisis real or manufactured? Now, I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to share a lot of things that nobody talks about in the media, that you're not reading in the papers, because this is an insurance company propaganda machine. Let's get into it. Okay, so what's the problem? If you talk to the insurance company people, there's three problems: the amount of lawsuits, fraudulent roof claims, and attorney fees. And we're going to break this down one by one. All right, lawsuits. So something came out the other day. In 2020, over 80,000 lawsuits. And before you say, whoa, Mike, see, the news is right. The insurance company's right. This is bad. This is a lot of lawsuits. Now let's take a look. We're going to dig deeper on this. So it's not all from homeowners claims, like roof claims, water damage, fires, etc. This is also coming from water mitigation and mold remediation companies that are not being paid by the insurance company. This also has an amount for bad faith lawsuits. Now, it's probably not a great percentage, but there's a percentage in there. This is to protect you, the people. When an attorney files a bad faith lawsuit, this means the insurance company screwed up. They didn't handle your claim the right way. So let's take a look at the fraudulent roof claim part of it. All I hear, fraudulent roof claims everywhere, fraudulent roof claims. Listen, let's do an analogy. Automobile accident claim, fraudulent roof claim. Now I'm using fraudulent in quotes. Let's just say roof claim. Can you fake an injury? Of course. It's what they call soft tissue when you sprain your neck. Okay? No visible damage, no breaks. Yeah. Can you fake a roof damage claim? I would love to see that. So anyhow, all these mysterious roof damage claims, let me tell you what the percentage is. Less than 0.01% of all home claims are fraudulent. Okay? But yet, all these fraudulent roof claims, where? Who? Okay? Now, let's take a look at something. Are there roofing companies that go door to door and solicit business? Yes. Do I agree with that? No. They should be punished. That should not be allowed. They should not be able to say, hey, we see from the street that you probably have damage from wind. We can get you a new roof. I don't agree with that by no means, right? But the homeowners, we, the people, should not be blamed for this. Punish all those roofing companies that partake in this action. Okay, punish them. The people, citizens of Florida, should not be punished. Okay, we're gonna get into this. So let's take a look. But Mike, wait a minute. So this is April, what it was today? Geez, I lost track. Today is April 20th. But Mike, a couple months ago, two companies went under in Florida. St. John's, who I have up here, now, and then Avatar. Avatar's not even a top 25, so I didn't even put them. All right, so this is back, I think, from 2018, so it's a couple years old. So let's take a look. So St. John's is number 8 as far as the policy's written. Okay, but here's what I'm bringing this up for. Let's take a look at these insurance companies. Out of 15 insurance companies listed here, nobody else has problems except for St. John's. Isn't that funny? Universal? Nope, they're fine. Citizens? They should be regulated and audited because they're absolutely horrible. But Security First? No. FedNet? No. Heritage? American Integrity? No, 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 no. So, here's my point on this. If you take 15 hamburger places, all different companies, in a state, any 15 hamburger companies or hamburger restaurants, I mean, I guarantee there's one who's probably not doing good, right? This is about the management. This is about bad management. If all these companies are turning a profit, one company didn't, isn't that about bad management and not necessarily environment? This is what I want to know. This is what I want to know. What was the CEO making? Give me the info on the CEO. What did he walk away with? And yet you're going to say it's a problem that the people are causing. Unbelievable. So what I'm trying to do here is give you guys an eye-opening view of everything, of really what's going on from somebody from the inside. Okay? So these attorney fees, the other thing you're going to hear about. My gosh, there's so much in litigation and attorney fees. Let me, this is the best, I love this one. This is the best part. I'm not an attorney. Don't claim to be an attorney. Never want to be an attorney. All right? I don't have the patience to be an attorney. I would probably strangle some attorneys. So, remember this. Okay? Let me give you the basics real quick. When we file a lawsuit against the insurance company, they assign a defense attorney. That defense attorney and the insurance company control how long your lawsuit takes. Does the judge have some influence in that? Absolutely. The judge will give you a time when your trial is, and then everything based on that trial date, that's when deadlines have to be met. But I can tell you in almost every single case we have, the attorneys I work with, on multiple occasions during the length of a lawsuit, try to get the defense attorney to talk to the insurance company about settling the case. Okay? And it never comes to fruition more often than not. So here's the point I'm trying to make with all this. When a defense attorney's involved, they've got a beautiful office they have to pay rent for. They have people that work for them. Secretary, paralegals, filers, anything. Appointment staff, lunch makers, subpoena servers, everybody. They also have other attorneys they got to pay, etc., right? It behooves a defense attorney to get a case, a new lawsuit, call your attorney, which would be the plaintiff's attorney, which is the insured's attorney, and say, hey, we want to settle this case. You know how much that defense attorney is going to make? $2,000 probably. So what's he going to do? He's going to drag this out for 6 months to a year and make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Do you see what the problem is here? So defense attorneys only make money by dragging the case out. That's the only way. They do not make money by quickly settling a lawsuit. You will never, ever, ever hear this from anybody else. Behind closed doors, yes. In meetings, yes. Through legislature, if there's some advocate for homeowners and for plaintiffs' attorneys, yes, you'll hear this. But maybe not, because they're all the buddy-buddy system. But you're hearing it from me, a non-attorney. They do not make any money unless the case is dragged out for a long time. Think about that. This is the most important part of this whole damn presentation. As you can tell, I'm fired up about this subject. So plaintiff's attorney, the insurance attorney. Here's what it was before, and here's how it's changed. So before, all attorney fees were paid basically if you got more than $1 on what the insurance company offered you before. If your claim was denied and they got money, all their fees would be paid. If you were paid $5,000 and now they get you $6,000, all their fees are going to be paid. Now, since July 1st, all policies from then moving forward, it's going to be this sliding scale for attorney fees. We're going to dive into that. Here's an example of these new laws that are meant to curtail attorney fees moving forward. If an attorney were to make a demand for $100,000 and a case settles for $50,000, according to this sliding scale, I believe it's 50%, but we'll just say it is. I believe it is though. The attorney's only going to get 50% of their fees. So if he has $25,000 in fees, okay, he's only going to get $12,500 based on this example. Now, what I have written down here, if we use the same example, the attorney makes a demand for $100,000, the case sells for $30,000, whatever that sliding scale is, I don't know what that percentage is, but let's say it's 30%. So now they're only going to get 30% of their fees, which based off 25,000, so you're talking 8,000. All right. This is the way it is on how they're punishing. They're punishing attorneys trying to help people. So is this a real crisis? Is it a real crisis? Maybe some of you think I'm some type of conspiracy theorist. But everything that I know, this is manufactured. This is wholly, solely, independently manufactured, I believe, by the insurance companies. This is no different than the OPEC, okay? All the oil companies get together as part of the OPEC organization to decide what they're going to do when they raise prices, lower prices, raise the supply and demand, or raise the supply of oil, reduce the demand, or reduce the production. So I believe this is a manufactured crisis implemented and created by insurance companies starting about 2 years ago to lower their risk and maximize profits in the third largest insurance state in the USA. So here's why I think it's been manufactured, because there's been a change in the philosophy in how they handle claims from somewhat paying them to now 90% plus not paying any claim. That's a little bit too fishy and coincidental in my book. Why are they doing this? I think they're forcing lawsuits, aka those 80,000 lawsuits, to make it look like there's too many lawsuits and attorney fees running rampant. I think this is choreographed. I think this was planned. And so they fail to talk about why the lawsuits. Well, Mike, what do you mean, why the lawsuits? Well, think about it. There's only a lawsuit if you disagree on the amount. But what if all these claims are being denied, legitimate claims? Or what I have here, failure to pay a reasonable amount. An attorney's not going to file a case unless they know there's a pretty good chance they're going to win, because they want to get attorney fees, right? So this is not talked about. Insurance companies are denying claims at an all-time high percentage. 90-95% of the time. Maybe not denied, but offering something that's... just to put in perspective, I have a smaller claim I'm dealing with somebody in my town. It's a 20-something thousand claim. They offered 2,500. We've got no choice. We've got absolutely no choice. We have to sue them. That's an example. So it's not doesn't necessarily mean they've been denied or not paying anything, but the amount that they pay are just so insignificant that there's nothing the individual, the homeowners can do. We have to go through litigation. So what is it the insurance companies are after? Why are they doing this? So they're already starting to lower 75% of the new policies written. You're having a $10,000 water damage limit. Oh boy. Oh boy. People have no idea what's in store for them. They've already been successful at limiting mold to 10,000. This is what they want. They want the roof ACV. I'm going to go into that. That's the show me the money. Here it is. The roof ACV is the show me the money play. So what is it? Actual cash value. All right. So the roof will be depreciated based on the age. Well, Mike, that makes sense. Why should somebody... I get this all the time from adjusters when we get into an argument, and it is the easiest win for me. Mike, listen, I agree. You shouldn't have a 15, 20-year-old roof. It has some wind damage, and then you get a new roof. The poor insurance company shouldn't be liable for that. There's no way. So, here it is. Currently, the new roof is paid by insurance company if a legitimate claim can be proven. So, as we talked about, I asked, how is this fair? They shouldn't have to pay for a 25-year-old roof that needs to be replaced now. Aha, this is where I put it. Then why are you being charged premiums that take into account the roof replacement risk pool for, say, 1,000 people? You are paying full price premiums. Let me make and elaborate on that. Okay, when I see you're being charged fully and putting into this roof replacement risk pool, say 1,000 people. See, insurance companies, it's a numbers game. So they weigh their risk based on the amount of people. Obviously, the more people, it spreads out their risk. Okay? So here's the thing. You're being charged premiums as if you're a part of this pool that are going to get a new roof. You're paying full premiums. So it's not like you were paying premiums on as if you had a 25-year-old roof. You're paying premiums as if you have a 1-year-old roof. A 1-year-old roof. That is what people don't understand. If you are paying premiums on a 25-year-old roof, think about it. No. You're paying premiums as if your roof is 1 day old, 1 year old, 1 month old. Okay, because you're put into a pool. Some people are going to get a new roof. Some people are not. It's not their year. All right? That's very important. Insurance is a numbers game, as I'm mentioning. So here's an example of roof ACV math that they want. This is why the insurance company is pushing so hard. If they get this, your policy is worthless, except for fire. Your policy is worthless. $10,000 mold coverage, $10,000 water damage limit, and then you have to deal with roof ACV. You might as well go self-insured. And you guys think I'm exaggerating. Not at all. We're going to go through this math. Okay. Your roof is damaged. It costs 25 years to replace. It's 10 years old. It's shingle. Insurance company says, okay, we'll agree to pay that. On a shingle roof, that means it has reached 67% of its life expectancy because a shingle roof has an average of 15 years. All right. So at $25,000, 67%. That means the insurance company is only responsible for 33%, excuse me, of the $25,000, so about $8,000. 80% of deductibles in Florida range between $3,000 and $8,000. You do the math here? So based on this figure, if you have a $3,000 deductible, you're getting a check for $5,000. If you have an $8,000 deductible, you're not getting a check. This is what they want. This is what they're after. This is what they're after. Okay? I just showed you the list of 25 companies, and I had 15 up. None of those are in financial duress. So tell me, what's the crisis? What's the solution? This is just strictly my opinion. A non-attorney, somebody who's been doing this a while, somebody who understands the ins and outs. Number one, bad apples need to be punished. If those are roofers going door to door, there should only be a handful. It's not hard to get these guys. Defense attorneys should be faced with also a fee reduction structure to force them to settle with homeowners and the insured. There's no reason why they are allowed to run free and drag a case out so they can make money. You limit attorney fees by forcing insurance companies to settle within a certain time frame. And we're going to take a look at number 5 because I talk about this. You need to have stronger other alternative settlement resolutions. Okay, here's the one I'm talking about, time frame. Maybe you need to enact some type of process that 6 months from the date the lawsuit's filed, it has to be going to trial or settled. You get a 6-month time frame. That's going to speed everything up. So in Florida, here's another suggestion. In Florida, insurance companies have 90 days, which is plenty of time to either deny or pay your claim. Let's move that up to 60 days. We've got to put more pressure on the insurance companies to get these claims moving. Okay? The faster you get them settled, the less attorney fees there are. Think about it. So last slide. Solution part 2. Well, I also think CEO and executives from insurance companies should have to disclose their pay. I think no company shall be allowed to transfer revenues to other family companies. I'm going to talk about this. So it's popular for a lot of insurance companies to have several other smaller companies underneath its umbrella, okay, so they move money around. So when insurance companies ask the state to raise rates and go to the financial commissioner or the Department of Financial Services and they say, hey, we're losing money, we need to raise rates. They have to produce some financial documentation. Sometimes, get this, sometimes they produce documentation not of their own company. They produce a nationwide what the financial picture is. None of their own company. I'm not kidding you. There's articles about this and what they do. So it's popular for them to move some revenue money from one company into some of their smaller companies. So this would alleviate a lot of that. Okay, yearly reporting of revenues brought in from policy premiums and expenses. And then finally, all litigation costs that they spend should be properly identified on a yearly basis and include the name of all law firms so that there could be checks and balances, what the insurance company is saying they're paying law firms and what law firms are claiming from the insurance company. You got to have that connection, all right? No more where they can hide all this stuff. It's got to be on the insurance companies too, not just homeowners. It's unfair to keep everything on the homeowners. This whole thing is about the insurance companies having money to lobby and change the laws, which is scary, but it is what it is. We don't have enough advocates for people and homeowners and citizens. So the insurance company is able to get a hold of these politicians and pay them off to get this stuff going. So here's how to reach me. This is a long video, but man, I hope it was worthwhile for everybody to understand. This is my cell phone. If you have any questions on any property claims, how you can get hold of me, my email and my website. I'm Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but something I'm very passionate about. Thank you very much for watching it.